As we've been exploring new parks in our new state, we have found some that are better than others, and this weekend we're exploring at Paradise Point State Park in Washington. We're at Paradise Point State Park. Can they even hear us, you think?
Maybe.
It's
pretty and it's noisy because we're adjacent to the 5.
I-5 right there. Anyway.
Well, you have to say the 5 because we're on the West Coast now. Yeah. Apparently, that's what they do out here.
Interstate 5 is right next to our campsite. There's a little frontage road in between. Anyway.
And a fence.
It's an offensive?
No, a fence.
Oh, there's a fence.
Right.
Because that blocks all sorts of noise.
Yeah, it's very effective. But we're going to explore in the area, maybe
oh
waterfalls.
My gosh.
Good stuff.
We definitely have some. This is a great home base for lots of iconic things here in the Washington, northern Oregon. That's the word. Northern Oregon, southern Washington. We're just north of Vancouver and Portland.
Yeah, just north of Portland.
Portland. Okay. So, yeah, just north of Portland. We're going to take you to at least one restaurant while we're here, but we had easy dinner for dinner. And we got strawberry cake coming.
Yep.
So,
all right. And exploring tomorrow.
Yes. Yep. The noise drove us inside to watch YouTube on the computer. Matt added a table to the setup so we can have breakfast. And I'm gonna make some biscuits for our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits in the air fryer. This is what the rest of camp looks like. Pretty much. Good morning. Matt has his coffee on our coffee walk. And it is not a campground coffee walk. Well, we walked through part of it, but we are headed down to see the rest of the park because our campsite, well, it's noisy. It's not nice to just sit there.
Yeah, it's not good for hanging out. That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, we didn't have a fire last night. Partially because we got into camp so late. It was a 4-hour drive for us. Very pretty drive, but 4-hour drive. And then, but it was just noisy. We'll see if we have a campfire tonight. We have firewood, so that would be fun, but we'll see. I don't know. It's just there's a constant drone, and then there's some times when you get louder vehicles, I would say. But anyway, it's just living by interstate. So we're gonna go down to the rest of the park now and see the day use areas. And it is really pretty, like moss covered trees and everything. I would say that hiking trail doesn't get much use. Yeah. Well, I was excited about 7 miles of trail, but not so much anymore. Okay, we were hoping for something cool here at the bottom of the day use area. We'll show you what we found. So, Interstate Bridge goes right over the day use area. And the Lewis River is right there. And there's some picnic sites and a vault toilet. And a beach. And I guess you can put kayaks in here. Right there. And there's a disc golf. that's about it for Paradise Point State Park. Well, in normal Washington State fashion, it has started raining. So we are exploring. We were going to explore anyway, but we were hoping that it wouldn't rain. And we're at Mount St. Helens Visitor Center or Interpretive Center. And it is 30 minutes from the campground. Yeah?
Yeah, and theoretically there's a volcano around here, but we can't see it.
So many clouds today. It's all right. We'll go see what we can see. The Mount St. Helens Visitor Center is part of the Washington State Park system. It is located in Castle Rock, Washington, and is the gateway to the U.S. Forest Service National Volcanic Monument. Inside, there's a museum with scientific displays, a movie theater, and educational opportunities. There is a fee to get in for everyone ages 7 and up. So, we're just off the 5 at exit 49, Castle Rock exit, and we're going to take Highway 504 out to Coldwater Recreation Area, and there's some hikes out there and supposedly a view of the mountain, volcano, and we might go to some learning centers along the way. Just walk around the corner. Boom. Good hike, 2.5 miles. And really good views.
Yeah, really good views.
And ponds. Yeah, I highly recommend the hummock.
Definitely recommend the hummus hike. They got free hummus when you get to the mountain.
No, they don't. If you find some, you let us know. All right, on to the next.
Some embellishment there, I'm not sure.
A little embellishment. Okay. On to the next. I think we're actually going to head over to the lake. So that we can see the...
I thought we were going to get barbecue.
Okay, or we're going to go get barbecue. See what comes up next. Well, no lake view and no barbecue.
Turn left at the traffic light.
The lake view was a little harder to get to than we thought. And we're hungry. And the barbecue place was closed. So, we're going to have cheeseburgers back at camp. See you there. Breakfast besides the semi-trucks. Breakfast at camp was delicious. Thanks again.
We didn't set anything on fire this time.
They didn't know about the fire.
Oh, alright.
And I guess it didn't go on video because we were worried about a fire, so I guess you'll never know. Anyway, using Paradise Point State Park still as a hub for traveling and exploring. Yesterday we went north and east to Mount St. Helens, and that was fun.
100% worth it.
Yes, agreed. Today we're headed south and east to the Columbia River Gorge. So we know that there are some beautiful waterfalls and stunning vistas to see, and we're going to take you along for that trip and to do some more exploring. Just a little bitty road. This is historic Route 30 in Oregon. Whoa. And it's bumpy. And on the side of the gorge. Okay. Vista Point. This is pretty neat. It's an Oregon State Park. Okay, we survived the Vista House at Crown Point. And I got a map. And you know how much we love maps on this channel. So there are a bunch of waterfalls on historic Highway 30. And we are going to explore those today. And up next is, I don't know, it's a French word. Waterfall Falls? We're gonna go see it. I'll show you the sign when we get there. Well, that's really pretty. Worth coming up the stairs for. Oh, looks like you can get to the top too. All right, we had to skip one because there wasn't any place to park or any way to park, but we are at Bridal Veil Falls Viewpoint now. Easy lunch in the truck. Picnic. Only no tables. Picnic. All right, first glimpse at Multnomah Falls. But we're hoping to get a better one later. We have parking pass in an hour, so. And it's a very congested area and kind of a big mess today. All right, we finished with Highway 30, the Scenic Byway, Waterfall Scenic Byway, I think is what it's called. Anyway, it was kind of like a waterfall theme park. That's what I thought today. What did you think, Matt?
Well, it reminded me of being in the Smoky Mountains, driving along the narrow roads and, you know, seeing various waterfalls or other features.
Yeah.
Except worse from a traffic and parking perspective.
Yes. So I guess if I were gonna recommend something for those days, like even a Saturday and Sunday in the summer, I would say go early if you can, and make sure that you get your timed entry reservation for Multnomah Falls if that's what you want to go see. Make sure you have one for the day. We got in a smidge bit early for ours, but make sure that you have one because they were checking them. And if you don't have one, you can park right across the street from Multnomah Falls, but it's $20. We paid $2. So yeah, it's just it's crazy. Anyway, beautiful, loved it. We are on our way back to camp now. We couldn't have asked for better weather this weekend, and I think we'll finish everything up out at camp. Well, this is not the campground, but
It's the casino
it's the casino.
for campers.
Yes, for campers.
This is the
It'll be great.
Memorial William J. Lepetamain Memorial Campground for Casinos.
Like, people are dry camping over there, so if
Oh.
you needed a place to stop, this is the ILANI Casino. And I'm sure it's a reservation. I don't want to say it wrong. So, but anyway, it's a casino, and we're gonna go find some food and see what it's all about.
It's probably quieter than the state park.
That is true. This interstate campground that we have been staying at has really gotten to us this
I don't
weekend.
think they have any hookups though.
No, I think it's all dry camping. All right, on to the casino. Well, no pictures from the casino, but we did get to see Mount Hood on our way home. Paradise Point was a great home base for us to explore Mount St. Helens and the Waterfall Highway in Oregon. Till next time, this is Kay and Matt from Happy Trails Hiking. Thanks for watching.